What if I told you that the first 5 minutes after you open your eyes could decide whether you live for another 5, 10, or even 30 years, not with pills, not with surgery, but with one simple morning routine proven by both science and ancient teachings that can shield your heart, sharpen your brain, and keep you steady and strong after the age of 65. If you're waking up feeling tired, stiff, or mentally cloudy, this is your signal. But it's also your opportunity. Yes, just 5 minutes, the very moment your eyes open, your body, your mind, your spirit, they all wait for your direction. And that signal will shape whether you grow older with power or slowly drift into weakness. What you do in those early minutes holds the potential to bring back energy, improve balance, protect your heart, and even renew your mind. And today I will show you 5 gentle steps, 5 morning rituals that, if done with care, can become your daily protection against aging. These aren't new tricks. They come from old traditions, from the discipline of Shaolin monks, and are now backed by scientific research. So listen closely, not only with your ears, but with your whole being. We begin with the first habit, hydration. When you wake up, you may think you're rested, but deep inside your body, something is already going on. While you were sleeping, your body lost water through breathing and skin evaporation. You wake up slightly dried out. But what's the first thing most people do? They grab coffee, which dries them out more, or they skip drinking anything at all. Now your blood is thicker due to the lost fluids. Your heart must work harder to pump it around. That's why heart attacks and strokes happen more often in the early morning, especially among those over 65. So what's the solution? It's easy. The moment you wake up, before you sip coffee or eat anything, drink a glass of room temperature water with juice from a quarter lemon. Why not cold water? Because cold tightens your blood vessels, and your body in those first minutes needs to open up, not squeeze. The lemon adds potassium, vitamin C, and natural compounds that clean out the toxins your liver caught during sleep. It starts your digestion gently and restarts your body's internal flow. Don't overlook this small act. It might seem quiet, but inside it brings healing. The second step is gentle movement. After many hours of sleep, your blood settles, your joints feel tight, your blood flow slows. That's why many older people feel dizzy, lose balance, or feel cloudy in the head when they try to stand, yet most just push through it, walking into the day with a body that isn't quite ready. That's not the Shaolin way. We don't fight the day, we align with it. So before you step away from your bed, pause for 1 minute, place your feet flat and shoulder width apart. Take a deep breath, raise your arms slowly above your head. Let your lungs fill with air, then gently lower your arms, releasing the pressure from your rest. Roll your shoulders backward 5 times, then forward. Slowly turn your head left and right, and do 10 slow heel raises. These light moves reset your circulation. They tell your brain, we are ready to begin. They send fresh oxygen to your brain, improve your balance, and fuel your energy for the day. 1 minute of gentle movement can lower your chance of stroke, boost your focus, and uplift your mood. This is not exercise, this is waking up fully. Your body is now rehydrated, your blood is moving. But what about your muscles, especially after 65? Something quiet and harmful starts happening. It's called catabolism. It's when your own body begins to break down muscle to create energy. Why does this happen? Because your body wakes up in a fasted state. And if it doesn't get protein, it will look for it within, and slowly over years, this leads to muscle loss, weakness, and falls. So the third ritual is early nourishment. Within 30 minutes of waking, you need to give your body a source of clean protein. It could be a small protein shake, a few boiled eggs, a spoon of yogurt with some protein powder. It doesn't have to be heavy, but it has to be something. If done daily, this habit can slow muscle loss by up to 60% over 5 years. It also keeps your blood sugar steady, cuts cravings, and sharpens your thinking. You don't have to eat a full meal, but you do have to feed your strength before you face the world. Now the fourth habit, it is something most people don't even think about, but it could be why some seniors struggle to walk while others still move with grace. It's called mobility. After lying still all night, your joints are dry. The fluid that keeps them moving becomes thick like syrup. If you try to move fast without loosening up, your bones rub against each other, leading to swelling, stiffness, and even long-term harm. But this can be avoided in just 90 seconds. Right after you stretch your body, sit at the edge of your bed, rotate each ankle, 10 times both ways gently roll your knees, then hold onto a chair, and softly twist your upper body left and right. Lean slowly to each side, roll your shoulders again, and breathe. These are not exercises, they're invitations to motion. They tell your body, I honor your age, and I choose to protect your strength. Mobility is freedom, lose it. And you may lose your ability to live on your terms, but keep practicing it. And you'll walk into each day with control and confidence. Finally, fifth, and maybe the most important step, you've awakened your body. But what about your mind? If your thoughts are messy, if your memory fades, if you feel worried or scattered, the rest doesn't matter much. So before the noise of life enters your day, take 1 minute for mental clarity. Sit still, close your eyes, and think back through your previous day in reverse. What did you eat? Who did you talk to? What was the sky like? What were you feeling? This short habit helps build something called cognitive reserve. It's your brain's backup system to stay strong as you age. Scientists now agree that those who do this daily stay mentally sharper, even when others begin to struggle. This isn't just memory practice, it's being present. It's a quiet moment of respect for the day that just ended. It's a way to tell your mind, I am here, I am aware, I am still growing. So now, you know it just takes 5 minutes. 5 simple actions: water, movement, food, joint care, reflection. Simple, gentle, and strong. The world often says getting older means slowing down, but that's a story told by people who gave up too soon, who never learned discipline or choice. But you still have a choice even now. You can begin your morning in a rush, distracted and tired, or you can rise like the Shaolin, focused, calm, and full of steady energy. You can ignore these 5 minutes and spend the next 10 years losing yourself bit by bit. Or you can give them attention and earn 30 more years filled with purpose, clarity, and connection. So when tomorrow morning comes, before the world calls your name, take those 5 minutes for yourself. Stand with intention, drink slowly, move softly, eat wisely, and think with peace, because those few minutes are not small. They might be the most important part of your whole life. And if you're wondering how to begin, just begin. You don't have to do all 5 at once. Start with just one. Let that one become your daily anchor and grow from there. Let your morning become something sacred, a time to reconnect with your breath, your body, and your being. You are not just here to drag yourself through your later years. You are here to live them fully with strength, peace, and wisdom. And that is the Shaolin way. And as the sun begins to rise and the world slowly stirs around you, there is something sacred in knowing that while others wake up to noise, you are waking up to peace. You are choosing not to be pulled into chaos, not to be ruled by distraction, not to let your phone or the news or the rush of time steal your center. You are beginning the day as a warrior of stillness. And with each passing day, this choice will shape you. You may not see the change overnight, but make no mistake, it is happening. The blood in your veins begins to flow easier, your breath grows deeper, your thoughts clearer, your steps more confident. You begin to feel that this body, this life, this time, it is still yours to shape, to heal, to strengthen. And suddenly, you're not just aging, you're becoming wiser, you're becoming more present, more alive, more in tune with what really matters. And when others say they feel tired or lost or stuck, you will begin to feel anchored and awake. While others chase youth in creams and pills, you will discover that youth is not about looking young. It is about feeling connected, feeling clear and powerful in your skin. Aging with purpose is not about fighting time, it's about understanding it, respecting it, learning how to move with it, not against it. And when you move with time, when you greet your morning as a friend, not an enemy, the entire rhythm of your day changes. You become less reactive, more thoughtful, less rushed, more intentional. Your conversations deepen, your choices improve, and your heart grows more grateful. And when the world tries to convince you that you are past your prime, you will smile gently, because you will know the truth. Your prime is not a number. It is a state of being. Your prime is now, because now is when you finally know who you are. Now is when you have the wisdom of your past and the awareness of your presence. Now is when you no longer seek approval from others, but peace within yourself. And that kind of strength is rare. That kind of strength can only be built with care, with rituals, with those small moments in the morning when no one is watching, but everything inside you is listening and responding and growing. And so let each sunrise be a quiet reminder that life still wants you here not just to exist, but to flourish. Your body may have changed, but your soul remains strong, and your spirit can still dance, your laughter can still echo, your wisdom can still guide those around you. You are not here by accident, you are not done. You are becoming something greater with each conscious choice. And if you've fallen behind, if you've been living in pain or fear or forgetfulness, know that it is never too late, not at 60, not at 70, not even at 90. Each breath you take is an invitation to begin again. And every morning is a second chance to return to yourself. You don't need the perfect routine. You just need a sincere one. You don't need fancy equipment, just your breath, your body, and your attention. You don't need motivation. Every day, just discipline, just trust that the habit will do the work. Even when you don't feel like it, some mornings you will rise full of energy, some mornings you will not. But if you honor the ritual even when it's hard, the ritual will begin to honor you, and it will carry you forward in strength. When your will is weak, it will hold you up when life feels heavy. These are not just morning practices. These are life anchors. They keep you steady in a world that is always moving. So, when the voices in your head whisper that it's too late or too hard, answer them with action. Stand tall, even when you feel small. Drink that water, even when your mind says it won't matter. Move your arms, even when your body says no. Speak kindly to yourself. Even when you feel broken, remember what you do matters, and what you repeat becomes who you are. If you start small and stay consistent, your future will change in ways you cannot yet see. It is not magic, it is devotion. And when your devotion meets time, healing begins, strength returns. Joy becomes natural, and peace becomes your resting place. So take this path, not just for yourself, but for those who love you, for the younger ones who look up to you, for the future version of yourself, who will thank you deeply for not giving up, for rising, for trying again, when it felt easier to stop. Your morning practice is not just about health, it is about legacy. It is about becoming the kind of elder this world needs, grounded, generous, alive, awake. And one day, not too far from now, someone will ask you how you stay so strong, how your mind is so clear, how you move with such ease, and you will smile and say it began with 5 minutes, 5 sacred minutes, that I chose to reclaim when everything else told me to rush. I chose to slow down and listen and breathe and move and nourish and reflect. I chose myself. And that choice made all the difference. So tomorrow, when the light touches your window, before you reach for anything outside of you, reach inward, remind yourself, I am here, I am alive, I have purpose, this day is mine to shape, and I will begin with care and attention, because how I start is how I live, and I choose to live with power, with peace, with presence. This is not the end of your story, it is a beautiful chapter, and it begins again with one soft breath, one slow stretch, one grateful sip of water, one simple decision to begin, because you are worth it, every single morning and every sacred minute that follow. And as these minutes turn into mornings, and these mornings turn into weeks, something inside you begins to shift quietly, but deeply. Your thoughts become calmer, your reactions softer, your purpose clearer. You no longer feel rushed to catch up with the world. Instead, the world begins to feel like it's catching up with you, because now you're not chasing life, you're leading it from within. And this is where true freedom lies, not in doing more, but in being more awake, more aware, more at peace with who you are. And where you are, you begin to notice the small things, the way sunlight dances across your hands, the way your breath fills you like a wave, the way silence feels less like emptiness, and more like a friend. You start to hear the wisdom in your own stillness and feel the strength that comes not from doing, but from simply being. And slowly you stop needing loud achievements to feel valuable, because now you understand the quiet victories, the choice to get out of bed, the choice to move when it's easier to stay still, the choice to eat something that nourishes, the choice to breathe before you speak, the choice to reflect instead of react. These are the hidden battles that build a powerful life, not seen by the world, but deeply felt by the soul. And every time you make one of these choices, you are not just extending your life, you are expanding it, making space for peace, for clarity, for joy. And yes, there will be days that feel heavy, days when your body aches or your mind feels cloudy. But even on those days, this morning ritual can be your anchor, because discipline is not about perfection, it is about presence. It is about showing up again and again with love and humility, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because the moments that test you are the same moments that grow you. And when you continue to show up for yourself, the body listens, the mind listens, the spirit rises, and you may start to notice how people around you change too. They may ask what you've done differently. They may feel something different in your energy, in your presence, because when you tend to your own well-being, you begin to radiate a calm that others can feel without words. You become a living example of what's possible, of what it looks like to grow older with strength and grace and dignity, and maybe one day a younger person will come to you unsure of where to begin, unsure of how to care for themselves, unsure if it's even worth trying, and you will say, begin with 1 minute, 1 movement, 1 breath. That's all it takes, because one small act of self-respect creates a ripple that moves through your entire life. And when you understand this, you stop waiting for the perfect moment to start. You stop waiting for someone to save you, or for motivation to strike, because you realize you are the one you've been waiting for, and your future begins the moment you take responsibility for it. And that's what these 5 minutes represent, not a routine, not a task, but a reclaiming of your power, a reminder that no matter how many years you have lived, there is still beauty waiting to be created, still strength waiting to be discovered, still joy waiting to be remembered. So treat your morning like a ceremony, not just a schedule. Don't rush through it. Don't treat it like another box to check off. Greet it like a blessing, like a sacred meeting with your own life. And when you drink that first sip of water, let it be a prayer of renewal. When you stretch your arms, let it be a thank you for another day. When you feed your body, let it be an act of devotion. When you move your joints, let it be a promise to keep going. And when you sit in silence, let it be a reunion with your own soul, because when you live like this, aging no longer feels like losing. It feels like deepening, like unfolding, like becoming more of who you truly are. And the world needs elders like that, elders who glow not because of the years behind them, but because of the wisdom they carry, elders who know that their presence is powerful, their silence is golden, and their morning rituals are a gift not only to themselves, but to everyone they touch. So let tomorrow morning be the beginning of that. Let it be the moment you stop running from time and start dancing with it. Let it be the day you stop measuring your worth by productivity and begin measuring it by peace. Let it be the sunrise that reminds you that your journey is not over. It is only shifting. And you are not becoming less. You are becoming light. You are becoming still. You are becoming strong, not in spite of your age, but because of it. And if you ever forget this truth, come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Come back to your morning practice, because it will always be there waiting like an old friend with open arms, saying, welcome back. We've missed you. Let's begin again. And maybe one day you'll wake up and realize you no longer feel like you're surviving. You feel like you're living, not because anything huge has changed on the outside, but because everything inside you feels more alive. Your feet touch the floor with purpose. Your breath comes steady and full. Your shoulders feel less heavy, not because the weight is gone, but because you've become stronger, stronger through devotion, stronger through quiet discipline, stronger through those mornings when no one clapped for you, but you showed up anyway. And that is something no one can take from you, not age, not time, not fear, because it's earned in silence and proven in how you walk through your days. And as you walk through your home, through your garden, or down your street, you'll begin to feel this grounded sense that you are enough, not in the way the world defines it, not based on how productive you are, or how young you look, or how fast you move, but enough because you are here, because your heart is beating, and your mind is learning, and your soul is still reaching for light. That feeling of enoughness changes everything. It softens your voice. It opens your eyes to beauty. It helps you forgive yourself for all the times you rushed past what mattered most, and you begin to make space, not just in your day, but in your spirit. Space to breathe, space to listen, space to feel grateful without reason and joyful without explanation. Because that's what this practice teaches you, not just how to stretch your muscles or drink water, but how to stretch your presence, how to drink in this moment, as it is, even when it's quiet, even when it's slow. And what you discover is that the slow is sacred and the quiet is full of truth. And then something else begins to happen. People around you change. Your energy becomes a healing force. Your grandchildren, your friends, your neighbors, they feel it, not from what you say, but from who you are. A steady presence, a calm force, a lighthouse for those still caught in the storm of distraction. And that is how you become not just well, but wise, not just stronger, but sacred. You become a mirror reminding others that they too can slow down, they too can find peace, they too can reclaim their morning before the world claims them. And the beauty of it is you didn't need to become someone else, you just needed to return to who you were before the rush, before the noise, before the doubts. You needed to reconnect with the rhythm of life, not the rhythm of the clock, but the rhythm of breath, the rhythm of movement, the rhythm of sunrise. And that rhythm now flows through you every time you close your eyes in stillness, every time you lift your arms with care, every time you sip water and give thanks, every time you feed your body with love and not shame, every time you remember a moment instead of forgetting yourself in the noise. This is the gift of these 5 minutes. They're not small. They are powerful enough to shift the direction of your life. Because how you begin the day becomes how you live your life, not all at once, but little by little. And that's how real transformation happens, not in big dramatic moments, but in small invisible choices that compound into strength, that deepen into peace, that blossom into freedom. And when the years pass and you look back, you won't remember every day, but you will remember that somewhere along the way you stopped fighting time and started flowing with it, that you stopped looking for something outside to save you and found everything you needed already within. You will remember that healing was not a sudden moment, but a steady return, a quiet reunion between your soul and your body, between your breath and your awareness, between your past and your present. And you'll understand that longevity is not just about living longer. It's about living deeper, more fully, more awake, more aware. And yes, you may still face hard days, you may still feel tired or face setbacks. But now you have something inside that cannot be shaken. You have a ritual, you have a rhythm, you have a refuge. And in a world that keeps spinning faster and shouting louder, you have chosen to rise slower and listen deeper. And that makes you rare, it makes you whole, it makes you radiant. And all of it began not with something dramatic, but with 5 quiet minutes and the sacred decision to honor them. So let tomorrow greet you with gentleness, not urgency. Let your first breath be a prayer. Let your first movement be a blessing. Let your first thought be a return to gratitude. And if you forget, start again. If you fall behind, come back. There is no rush, only rhythm, no judgment, only return. This is your sacred time. This is your sacred path. And every step you take, no matter how small, is still a step toward more life. And as long as you keep stepping, you are not just growing older, you are rising wiser. And that, my friend, is a miracle you create with your own hands, your own breath, your own morning. And that is something worth waking up for every single day.